Welcome everybody to the Glow Report podcast. I'm so excited to have my guest on today. And as always, the Glow Report podcast is brought to you by Top Vantage LLC, where they help to harness the power of AI to not only grow your business, scale your business, get customer retention, and all of those good things. So as I mentioned, I have my guest today. She is the CEO of Vyora, and her name is Miss Sydney French, and she's out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So welcome to the podcast, Miss Sydney. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. So give me a little bit of insight into who you are, what made you come into the wellness industry, build your business at Vyora. Give me a little bit about a background about you, yourself, and your business.
I feel like it's kind of been a long time coming a little bit. I've been in the health and wellness industry for about 12 years, and majority of my career was at a company called Beachbody, which was absolutely incredible nationwide. They're the founders of P90X and Insanity and 21 Day Fix, and I worked at their corporate office. And I learned so much from that experience. I learned a lot of good things and I learned a lot of bad things, which was that just happens, right?
Right.
And what I noticed, what we were doing back then is we were just kind of always starting over every Monday, starting a new program, having more before and afters, getting as fit as possible in 21 days, which there's nothing wrong with it. I felt like, again, we learned a lot of structure. But for me personally, I was a little over the roller coaster ride with it. You lose your 10 pounds in 21 days, and then the 22nd day, I found myself gaining it all back. So
Right.
I left Beachbody. I kind of came over here as a brand new startup. We didn't launch anything yet. It was from the ground up. And
Right.
it's about 6 months to launch. And I kind of came into this other avenue of the wellness space using, science-backed medical prescription drugs, like
Right.
GLP-1s. And to be honest, at the very beginning, I was super against it because I was like, I want to do things the right way. I believe in lifting heavy weights and eating healthy and like really taking care of your body that way versus like I don't need to be on a GLP-1.
Right.
And the more I kind of looked into it, the more I realized that I was very uneducated about it.
As most of us are.
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm like, maybe we can actually use this as a tool versus like a fix all, like a quick fix. I don't think it's meant for that. I really truly believe it's for a tool. So then I kind of started looking at the industry in a whole, and I noticed that a lot of people were abusing these GLP-1s or doing it incorrectly or being on extremely high doses where they were getting all these crazy side effects and not feeling well and becoming extremely underweight or, losing muscle or losing bone density. Like I'm sure you guys have all heard the crazy side effects with it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was just like, okay, well, I see there's a gap here almost in the industry. There has to be a way where we can pair both lives together. Bring a GLP-1 in with your nutrition, with your heavy weightlifting, and mirror them together. And that's kind of how Vyora formed.
Great, great, great. That's so inspiring because a lot of us are really uneducated in these spaces. Me, for one, I'm really uneducated when it comes to these type of spaces. I have no science background whatsoever. And that's why I actually want to have a podcast like this to bring people like you on to help people like me that are not aware of the different forms of health and wellness. So tell me, what is a typical day for you like running your business, Vyora?
Yeah, I always say this almost every day, but this is an industry I'll never get bored by because every single day there's something happening.
Mm,
And I
mm,
think that's one of
mm,
like the biggest pros of the industry and also the
mhm,
biggest cons of the industry is that like navigating the regulations
mhm.
is brutal. But with that brings a
Oh.
lot of great things too, because we are FDA approved. We are legit script approved. Every single vial that gets sent out to our customers is
Mhm,
tested. So you're getting the best quality prescription versus
mhm,
when you hear about like the gray market out there or research peptides where you just kind of don't really know.
mhm,
So I feel like that just makes my day every day a little bit different. But with Vyora, what we have is we are nationwide. So that's a great benefit of ours is we ship to all 50 states and
Mm-hmm.
we're pretty quick. We usually ship within like 2 to 5 business days.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings different issues, especially with like weather out
I'm
there,
sure. I'm
like
sure.
the Midwest gets a snowstorm and it's like, let's shut down.
Yep.
But, so
Mm-hmm.
that kind of brings just different obstacles through the day. We partner with 13 pharmacies nationwide as well,
Okay.
which is amazing. Also keeps us really quick. We have about 31 providers on staff too. So it's like handling
Wow.
our patients versus the providers on staff that are always talking to our patients every single day versus the pharmacies versus shipping. So it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
this almost like roller coaster during the day of just making sure all our orders are getting out. I think what makes Vyora really different too is we don't really believe in quantity, we believe in quality. So a lot of it is like, okay, we need to make sure that we are still that white glove touch to every single order.
Right.
It's just a big priority for us. So a lot of my day is just making sure that we're still high level, we're still really engaged into our customers.
Mm-hmm.
Half my customers have my cell phone number and are constantly texting me about things, but I really enjoy that level of it. I really want to
Right.
make sure the customers are heard and seen, and so that's mainly the biggest priority here.
Well, and I think that customers appreciate that when they have someone that is very, because I will always pay for quality over
Mm-hmm.
quantity. And I think especially when we're talking about the wellness industry and longevity, because we all are looking for the quote unquote fountain of youth now.
Yeah.
Which will never be found. Let's just be clear about that. But we all are looking for longevity. But with that longevity, what is the quality of life going to be with that longevity? So, I appreciate you saying that because I've always thought about, for me as a consumer, I always want quality over quantity. So that's something that I always look for. So what do you see in your line of business in the industry? What are you seeing that are the major shifts that are going on right now in the industry?
Yeah, no, I think that's such a great question, and it's kind of involved. We launched January of 2025, and
Mhm.
I feel like when I came out and said, "This is what we're doing. We're a GLP-1 company, but we're kind of
Mhm.
doing things a little bit differently." The amount of hate I got online was wild. And
Wow.
it was just like, I can't believe you're taking a GLP-1. I can't believe you're promoting a GLP-1. And just to watch like the course, like the pendulum almost swing
Mhm.
within the last year. Now everyone's just so open and so curious. And we're seeing
Mhm.
kind of this whole other shift in the industry of positivity, which I mean, last year it just wasn't like that. So I think as we grow and we're like in our second year and third year, fourth year, I think it's just going to get honestly bigger.
Right.
Um, we've scaled so quickly our
Mhm.
first year more than we could ever even imagine. I
Mhm.
thought, like we'd be so lucky if we ended up with 200 clients by the end of the year. I mean, we had our first 1,000 within the first month.
Yeah, I saw that on your website. I saw that on your website, that which is, I mean, outstanding, outstanding. And I think a lot of people, when you talk about GLP-1s, a lot of people thought of it as cheating.
Yes, I was
So
one of
you
them.
people thought about it as cheating, as a way to cheat your way to losing weight. So, it's so very interesting how society has evolved and has changed when it's come to, the GLP-1s and things of like that. And my next question was actually going to be, how has it affected your business? I mean, your clients and your retention has gone to the roof because of the change and the shift in the industry. So being said, what's working well for you right now in the business? Not only what's working well, but what's been frustrating for you in the industry right now?
Yeah, so I'll start with what's working really well. And I think it's kind of what's just again set us differently apart from other competitors is we
Hmm.
truly understand the patient. Um,
Hmm.
I was in the industry for so long with just so many women just hearing them all day long of the struggles of how they're feeling, hormone changes, You know, the ups and downs of trying to lose weight. And so it's like, I truly believe, and especially with coming into Vyora, like I understand the patient so much.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
everything we do, we actually, our avatar, we named her Renee. So we're always like WWRD, like what would Renee do right now?
Oh, and that's to my heart because my mom's middle name is Renee. So,
Tell her to call me. No, but it's like just really understanding like what's their pain points? What are they looking for? You know, it's coming into spring right now. Like, what is Renee dealing with? What's her kids doing? What's her life looking like? Is she stressing because spring is coming? Is she stressing because summer is coming? Does she not have time to make dinner at night because her kids are running around and playing soccer? So it's just constantly, I think, what's made again us differently and what we're doing really well is just truly understanding the patient, and again that white glove fill. We don't just deliver your prescription at your front door and never talk to us again. You know, like we have a private app that has our community with a full-time nutritionist, and she provides workout plans and menus and just all this stuff. Again, we're just trying to
right.
really like make sure Renee feels comfortable along the whole journey.
It's a holistic approach to everything.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah. It's like,
holistic
it's
approach.
not just your drug, right? It's not just your
Hmm.
prescription. And we're like, see you
Hmm.
later, which a lot of
Right.
our competitors do out there because they're so big, right? They're so big they
Right.
can't have that personal touch on them, which we can. And we're just making sure we never lose that. I'd rather not grow as fast so
Hmm.
that we
Hmm.
keep that touch.
Hmm.
Um, I think what's been challenging is almost that exact same thing. Is
Um,
how can we make sure growth is happening, but like we're still the quality that we want to be.
right.
You know, and we don't want them to slip. And every once in a while, we do see something slip, right? We're
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, we are so excited because we got, 1,000 more patients, and we're like
Hmm.
thrilled. But then we
Hmm.
kind of see like, oh, our customer service might be lagging, and
Oh,
or
yeah,
we
yeah,
can't
yeah.
answer everyone's questions. And so that's just kind of where we have to make a decision like, okay, we got to slow down a little bit to then
Hmm.
speed up.
Speed up. Right.
Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a challenge this year, but I think we're in such a great spot right now and we figured it out. I mean, a startup is its own beast.
It's, I mean, I completely understand because when you and people don't, it's not, and when we've talked previously, it's not always going to be sunshines and rainbows and unicorns all the time. I mean, you're going to have your growing pains, and then when you scale to where you feel that you're successful, you have to figure out, okay, I'm scaling. What do I need to do to maintain where
Yes.
I want it to be? That goal that I had, how do I maintain that goal that I had? Because I don't want my quality to decrease. I
Mhm.
don't want my customer service to decrease. So how do we maintain that, retain those customers that I've already gained, as well as enter into the new sphere of gaining more people,
Yeah.
to know where to grow my business to go. So what metrics right now, if you were to pick one metric that you were working on right now, what would that metric be as far as Vyora?
Yeah, I always think I look back at our first year and it really was just figuring it out. It was the fast growth, but quality maintenance and who we hiring. Like I just started by myself and I was the one answering
Mhm.
customer service and I was doing all this stuff. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I need a team, right? So it's like we figured that out in the first year.
Mhm.
I think we got our feet underneath us a little bit. Um, I just didn't expect this to be as big as it's became. Which is
it's a
great, which
it's
is
a
like,
gift. It's a gift and a curse, right?
yes, yes, yes. So I think right now, like coming into this year, we're ready for that. Like our metrics right now really is growth. I have a phenomenal team behind me. Our customer service is so quick. We have the doctors. I mean, we started with just 2 providers and now I have 31. We started with 1 pharmacy, now I have 13.
And
So
that's
it's
in
like,
1 year.
oh,
And
in
that's
1 year,
yeah.
yeah. So we figured out we kind of we scaled and then we figured out our systems and now we're
Hmm.
ready to scale again because our
Right.
systems are in
Hmm.
place.
Hmm.
So definitely we're looking this year for growth.
Great, 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 great. So, where do you think that you would see? And I want to talk about, because we did mention when we talked previously about your affiliate program.
Mhm.
So, I want to get into that specifically. If you can kind of give me an overview of what your affiliate program is like.
Yeah, I'm really I feel like the affiliate program is my baby. So it's something I'm really passionate about here at Vyora. And what we just wanted to do is have people that are in love with our products tell their friends. Like that's really as
Mhm.
simple as it started with is just people losing weight and feeling open enough to talk to their friends about it, talk to their neighbors about it, bring people on because everyone feels incredible and it's like, why not share it? So
Mhm.
the affiliate program's been really great and it's been, the reasons why we have grown so quickly and so fast is based on all
Mhm.
our affiliates. We have about 275
Okay.
affiliates right now with us. And I mean, they're just thrilled because their commission is great. The retention is amazing. We do pay every affiliate on new plus reoccurring every time they bring
Okay.
someone in. I always
Right.
look at it as an affiliate's job to bring us the people. It's my
Mhm.
job to keep the
To
people.
keep the right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's great. That's great.
I feel like that's the reason why it's worked so well is because it's a team effort, right? It's like you pass them on to me, I am going to do everything I possibly can to keep them as long as possible, and you still get the benefits from it. So yeah, it's been really well. It's done really well.
That's great. That's great. So where do you see Vyora? If you had a crystal ball, where would you want Vyora to be in the next 6 to 12 months? If you had a crystal ball and you said, okay, this is it right here. This is where I want my business to be in 6 to 12 months. What would you say is where you would want that to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's such a great question and something I'm always trying to think about is like, what are our next steps? Just with regulations and stuff we hear about happening with the FDA, is I'm
Mhm.
planning on launching a bunch of other peptides here soon within this
Oh,
next 6 to 12
okay.
months. We do already have quite a few. We have like NAD and Samorelin and glutathione, and we just
Mhm.
launched the GHK topical cream, like a
Mhm.
peptide-based cream, which has been amazing. But what I'm hearing out there is peptides are just becoming so much more popular. The
Mhm.
FDA is loving them. They're helping people in so many ways. So we're seeing a lot of them more getting
Mhm.
approved here.
Mhm.
Once that happens, we want to be the first ones to the market with them because I truly believe peptides are the future, all in health and wellness. And we're in such a great spot to be able to serve our customers with that. So I think our product expansion is going to be huge. I think with that comes growth. I think with that comes more opportunity for our affiliates in the next 6 to 12 months.
I think that's great because, you always want to be on the forefront of anything that's cutting edge. I mean, and when you're on the forefront of it, you always, yeah, you're going to make those mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of it, but you've already put your toe in to figure
Yeah,
out what's working, what's not working, how can we improve on it, how can we bring more quality, how can we retain our clients, how can, with the affiliate program that you mentioned earlier, how can we get our affiliates to be enthusiastic
yeah,
about the different products that you're launching? I may not be on the GLP-1 side of things, but I mean, we all want to look fresh and bright. I
yeah,
mean, we all want
yeah.
to look fresh and bright, no matter who you and how. My one question too is, we talk about women, and how women are a big driver for this industry. What about men in the industry?
Yeah, we actually do have quite a few men on our product. It's so funny though. I think women are definitely more open to
Open.
talk about being on one versus men talking
Hmm.
about being on one.
Hmm.
But I think that's where it comes in a lot of other product line. Like
Hmm.
Samorelin is great for muscle growth, like helping your
Hmm.
muscle grow, recovery with your muscles, sleep with it and all that stuff. And like my husband, he's just the biggest fan of them, right? So he's talking about it all day long to his friends. So it's almost like just figuring out the product that's right for you.
Right.
A lot of men are on like our Samorelin and secretively on our GLP ones. There just don't seem to be as
Right.
open as talking about it as women
Mhm.
are sharing with all their friends. But
Yeah.
definitely have a lot of men on NAD, a lot of men on Samorelin, just the other peptides.
Right. And I think that men are becoming more aware of health and wellness in general. And it's not just about, yeah, men have always been about the outward appearance of themselves, but I think men are being more conscious about the inner,
Mm-hmm.
the core of, and they're taking a more holistic approach
Yeah.
to their health and wellness. I know for me, I'll be 46 soon. So for me,
Amazing.
yeah,
Your
so,
skincare routine.
yeah. So for me, as I'm getting older, you can feel your body breaking down. So what do you need to do differently in order to maintain not only longevity, like my grandmother will be 93 years old. So God willing, I'm able to live into my
Yeah,
90s, but what kind of quality of life do I
exactly.
want to have even when I, could potentially live to be in my 90s? So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah, and I think just too, like these peptides weren't around 10 years ago. I mean,
mhm,
GLP-1s have been around for 20 plus years, but like you
right.
never really heard of Samorlin and
Mhm,
NAD. And so now we're just like in such a space right now where we have so many more tools to help us out with.
mhm,
It's not
mhm,
just, go figure it out. It's we could provide you with so much help. They're science backed, they're prescribed from a doctor. You have 24/7 access to your doctor to ask
mhm,
questions.
mhm,
It's just becoming a lot easier for us to accomplish all those things and live till you're
mhm,
90 because we're just getting more educated on the things that are
mhm.
out there for
Right.
us.
And then one more question before we wind down and conclude. If you could say how do you view technology as being part of the health and wellness space? How is technology, especially with the influx of AI now, how is that being implemented into the health and wellness industry from your point of view?
I mean, without technology, we wouldn't have a company, right? Like I'm in my house right now working on my
Right.
computer and this is what we're able to do, right? I mean,
Mhm,
it's just such a blessing for us. I mean, we're able to navigate, thousands upon thousands of patients on what they're ordering, what doctor's getting that script, what pharmacy's getting that script. Is the pharmacy fulfilling the drug yet?
mhm,
Is the pharmacy shipping the drug yet? Like
mhm,
that is all because of our incredible technology and using AI, right? So it's
mhm,
like the patient always has a snapshot view of exactly what's happening
mhm,
in their process of ordering with us, which again,
mhm.
that wasn't around 10 years ago. It was
Mhm,
having to go to the doctors, having to pay a co first getting an appointment, which was a forever wait week, right? And then it's paying a copay, and then it's sitting in the waiting room, and then it's finally
mhm,
sitting in the room and waiting for your doctor to come
mhm,
in, and then it's the prescription, then it's you driving to the pharmacy, waiting in
mhm.
that line. Like that has all gone away because of technology. And now we're able to do it quickly, fast.
Yeah,
Your drugs shipping to your front door within 2 to 3 business days. It's sitting there. You never left your house, and you have exact view of what's going on. You have 24/7 access to your doctor without having to spend a copay.
yeah.
Like things like that is all because of technology and AI.
And that's great because it's the way of the world now. Whether we like it or not, I mean, it's the way of the world now. So if you're not embracing it, then you're going to be left behind. It's just amazing how technology has really, shifted us as humans in
Mhm.
consumer and I mean health, wellness, fitness, beauty, cosmetics. I mean, it has
Everything.
shifted us in a way, where we thought that we would never be. I mean, with the advent of the Instagrams and all of
Yeah.
that, I mean, it is crazy where technology has led us to. Well, I want to say, Sydney, thank you so much. And I truly want to keep in touch with you because I want to see how your business is evolving, how Vyora is evolving, and how not only you are retaining customers, how you're getting new clients. You mentioned the affiliate program, which I think is great because the best advertisement is word of mouth. It will
Yes.
always be word of mouth. So if people can see results, then they are more apt. If they see people referring them, they will always go towards that. And I've always believed that. Someone like I say, I've been in retail for 25 years. And I'm shifting away from that because, like I said, I'm 46. My body just can't handle it anymore. But I really want to keep in touch with you, and just follow up on this conversation, that we're having right now, because there's so many things in the health and wellness space that people need to know about, and that people need to be aware of, and how you know people will always choose quality over quantity,
Absolutely.
and how even though we have these mass marketing things out there, you always want to get that quality over that quantity aspect. So like I said, I appreciate you so much for taking your time out, spending time with me today to talk about your business, the industry, where the industry is going, the pain points that the industry is having right now. You as a business owner, the pain points that you are having, but also bringing up the successes that you are having in the industry. And so, like I said, I really appreciate you spending time with me today.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love this. So
I
fun.
thank you so much. So I'm going to close it out again. Thank you everybody for viewing the Glow Report today. Again, it's brought to you, and Sydney, if anyone wants to get in touch with Vyora, how do they do that?
Yes, great question. So we're at VyroWellness.com. Our Instagram is Vyora Wellness. You can go to our website, you can go to our Instagram, you can email us at support at Vyora Wellness. We're definitely available 24/7. Also, if you guys want to use a code, I'll give you a discount code. Use code, let's do welcome 10, and that
Okay.
will give you 10% off your first order with us.
And let's be clear, y'all, everything is going to be at the bottom. Everything that Sydney just said, the contact for Vyora, as well as the discount code, it will be at the bottom. So, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I want to thank Sydney again for coming and spending time with us today to give us her insight on the industry and where the industry is going. So, thank you so much, Sydney.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.